Hey, how you doing? All right. How's the morning so far? Oh, Wes, how you doing?
You know, another day, making sure to keep my face.
Why's that?
You know, just decided to go after a certain government official with ties to a whole bunch of, with a terrorist organization and multiple criminal organizations.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Already got shot for it once, so.
Yeah, that, why did you, well, you don't have to say, but I hope you subpoenaed over that.
I haven't yet, but they're supposed to come around today, and they said they wanted to have a conversation and roll on everyone, so.
Oh, shit. That's smart.
I'd rather do it that way if they want to do it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I always feel like, you know, once you commit a crime, if you do crazy shit like that, you're just asking for it at that point.
Mm-hmm.
It's like confirming, like if anything, I mean, it was pretty public. You saw Pipsqueak go out yesterday?
Yeah, no, I arrested them. They had all been class 2s.
I would follow up with Junior.
Oh, I plan to, because from what I'm hearing, they're saying that Junior, that this is all because of Junior.
Wait,
which
really?
Is just straight copium.
I'm going to be transparent with you. Junior may not have helped his cause. He was freaking out yesterday morning. Like, and I told him, you know, if you are freaking out like this, then you're going to become a target, because it's kind of one of those things where, like, you may not be on the radar, but then all of a sudden, you know, you're like thinking you did it. You're telling people you're freaking out. And now it's like, wait, what did you do? You know what I mean? But one thing I wanted to bring up to you is, I don't know if this was mentioned to you. I think I mentioned it. I had an inside person. I completely forgot. Did I mention that?
No.
So some of the background here is, other than like Opal, which is.
Do you want to go somewhere private?
Yeah. Yep. That's a good idea.
In the lobby? Yeah. Come. Welcome to the temporary Tier T headquarters.
Ooh. Oh, shit. See, I told you I'd get you something.
Oh, wow. Thanks.
Yeah, congratulations. Also, I got binoculars coming for civilians. More cars are going to be able to go 220, because I think some of them are meant to go faster with the Oat engine, but they don't.
220?
Yep.
I'd rather you said that all cars are going back down to 150 cap.
I can't wait for everyone to go VCB even faster with our 135.
Oh, it only goes 135?
Well, it goes like 145 and
Yeah.
perfect, but you lose so much altitude that the realistic speed is 135, without crashing into the ground.
That is kind of hilariously slow for the type of helicopter it looks to be.
So, when all this stuff was going down, just the demeanor of the majority, let's shoot straight. I think PD's in a pretty dog shit spot, has been for a while. There's select officers that actually can weigh what's serious and what's not serious. People pick and choose what is SBS, because they don't actually want to do any work. And I know that sounds awful, but that's just kind of how things are, in my opinion. And some of this was underlined by the fact that when these situations started happening all the way back to the Vinewood sign, it was only select folks like Opal that were actually taking a seriousness to it, right? If someone's planning to like fucking commit terrorism, You can't just ha ha hee hee that shit. Because if you do,
Right.
then you have no leg to stand on for anything that you're doing other than, oh man, we got shot in a gang war, right? Or whatever, which is a little weird because at that point you might as well just be a gang, right?
No, yeah, I don't disagree with if that's your attitude, you might as well just be in a gang, because honestly, if all you care about is going to shootouts and not actually trying to, I don't know, do the fucking work to prevent crimes.
Yeah, and bring meaning, right? Because otherwise you might as well just be queuing up for a fucking lobby. You know what I mean?
I don't really know how to say this, but I feel like if a criminal is going down a route, right? Like with the Violent Sun, like what the League of Evil is doing, then what they can't if I'm not following their road, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yep. You
Okay,
and
perfect.
I think have talked about that.
Yep.
So like with all this kind of like in the background, it was difficult to get that, and they're expecting this as well. You know, no one's going into this expecting that they're just gonna have a fun little day of terrorism and then nothing's gonna come out of it.
Yeah, you know, it's almost, you know, Nino, if this was like a game, right, instead of real life,
yeah,
it would almost be like they're doing it to create story and enjoyment.
yes.
I don't enjoy my job. I'm here because I get forced at gunpoint.
Well, like I said, this is real life, Opal. It's not the hypothetical game.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
So in the midst of all this, right, like trying to get like some assistance, because I can't sit idly watching this shit go down. And some of this got alerted to me, not just from direct calls from Yuri, but also because I've got a lot of like, you know, I got a lot of constituency, right? Like people, you know, like past history, just things that I've done, blah, blah, blah. Someone got an invite to the League of Evil. And before the attempted kidnapping with the Nino lookalike contest or the junior incident, and mind you, I don't know what that kidnapping was intended for, right? It could be anything from how much money is in the account to whatever it might have been, right? Who knows? I had, and I may have mentioned it to you, Opal, like we were talking about like, as they were getting this information, I said that they're the ones who originally told me about the bird, the flying bird or blue bird or some shit like that being Princess's code name. But they went to that meeting and there was a lot of discussion about kidnapping me, and they had contracted this individual and associates to try to handle it on his behalf. There was going to be an operation. It never went forward. I'm going to happen to fake the kidnapping and see what comes out of it. The second thing was an attempt to put a camera down in the meeting so that it could be monitored. That individual may have more information for you, but note that he may not be willing to be very public about it. However, there may be things that he may tell you that could be useful. Is that something you're interested in?
It is. I'm gonna say a name real quick because they may have already reached out. I'm gonna say a name. You let me know if this is the well, you don't have to tell me yes or no.
Okay.
Just they may have already reached out. Tony Leung.
No. Oh,
Okay.
Tony Long.
Tony Long. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'll be real.
He was in my cabinet.
Okay.
But
all right.
Yeah.
So continue then. Yeah, I'm very interested.
Okay. I'm gonna see what they're willing to say, but I can tell you that whatever, I trust him very. I know he would not have been bullshitting me. I'll put it that way.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So,
yeah, I mean, they won't be, what I can tell you is it wouldn't be the first person in this case who's, provided information from the inside whose identity is specifically withheld from all the docket shit.
Oh, interesting.
Because if you read the docket, it literally states a confidential source gave us the code name.
Oh, shit. Are you not concerned that I'm gonna poke holes in the case, all right? And know that this is that I'm coming from, like, if I was I am a defense attorney. If I was the defense attorney on this case. Any information that comes from a confidential informant that cannot be scrutinized, right? There's the notion of being able to, what is it? See your accuser, like, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you have the opportunity to face your accuser.
Yes, that's it right there. If there is information that cannot be scrutinized, then it becomes hearsay, right? And it goes from this is hearsay. Is it her code name? Hearsay, right? Now,
correct.
Now, hopefully, you've got other
why
backing
I verify
information.
that through other sources that I can publicly list.
Oh, good. The second, while we're on that topic, is I noticed that on the docket you got snippets of phone logs. I hope that you have submitted subpoena, in sealed or otherwise, the actual full set of phone logs.
Correct. They are in the sealed subpoenas.
Okay.
Or the sealed reports.
All right. Okay.
Say.
That is perfect. The next is that, and I'm presuming this because of the number of documents, that those that had ties that were found, like, for example, you got like conversations with Benny, conversations with Hell and High Water, conversations with Nana Banana, etc., that they have also been subpoenaed for a time frame, right? Be it a week in the series of events, like a transaction of, properties, etc., etc. So to further substantiate some of the inferences that are going to be made, right?
Specific people have been, yes. People who are just there as for instance, there's one, I don't remember if it's Nana or one of the other people, but there's somebody whose text messages are listed, and it's literally Elena saying, yeah, here's the contract, you'll be able to blah 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 buy the thing. I think it's the Hannah Mayberry text, and Hannah responds with, well, we'll see how the DOJ receives your eminent domain legislation before I'm comfortable to move forward, because I want a lawyer to look over all of it.
The reason I bring that up is it otherwise provides an opportunity for the defense, especially those that may be favorable of her position, to say, make up some things, and by not having that information, you can't really counter it, right?
Yep, 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
And one thing I will say that, I've heard rumors that apparently there's contracts and stuff available that could fight the embezzlement, but there's a issue with that, which is the Blaine Account Authority legislation, which I have a feeling they are under the impression that is repealed somehow, but it's not. Specifically states that
what is it called?
I think it's the Blaine County Account Authority.
I can look it up because it may have been repealed.
Blaine County Authority Account : like Mayor Powers or some
Blaine County Authority Account, Mayor's Office Protocols and Procedures. It's going to be legislation 11-300.
Where the fuck did you get the number from? Am I crazy?
Oh, amended by Elena, March 23rd. Yes. Oh, shit.
So if you read, it lists out what are considered valid expenditures, which some of these you could argue are, right? But the problem is, especially if you had contracts, right? But the problem is, if you look at the procedure, A2 has to be listed in the bank transfer details.
Yeah.
So even if you have the documents, if you have not put where to find those documents in the bank transfer, it is not a valid expenditure automatically.
Yeah, it was amended on March 3rd. I'm looking at the City Hall right now. Oh my God, that's fucking hilarious.
Right, that's the thing, is I don't think they understood that you have to document it the way it is in that legislation, or it's literally automatically an invalid expenditure.
Okay. Yo, that's crazy.
Which is why virtually...
And it says liable for investigation, criminal charges, and potential impeachment.
Right. Right. That's the thing. And there's another fun one I think they forgot about too.
And it says to support Blaine County businesses, arts, and sciences. That is what was put into place, which is fine, but you still have to substantiate that.
I'm looking for... Nino, was the Blaine County like business legislation repealed?
I don't even know. I'm going to be honest with you. Their legislation has historically been dog shit, stemming from all the way back at Andy, so I never really pay attention. It's usually like fucking shit like, you know, fucking toe lock law and, you know, stuff that's actually guidelines and not actually legislation. So I just pretend it doesn't exist.
Do you know what it's called, Wes?
Sorry? Oh, the business legislation?
If you know what it was called.
Yeah, it's literally Blaine County Business Protocols, Procedures, and Penalties legislation.
I don't
That
see
is
it.
not in the legislation tab, no.
Yeah, I don't either.
What was it called again? I got the City Hall site open. What is it called again? Business procedure?
Blaine County Business Protocols, Procedures, and Penalties legislation. Because it was also passed under Andy, I know. But I'm hoping it's still there because that would just be the fucking most brilliant magic bullet for everything.
Fred amended it in October. Oh, wait. I know what to do. What the fuck? Wait. Huh?
Do you see why I want to know if it's in play?
Wait, where is it? It disappeared. Because it should be showing up in reports.
Because everything I saw about it on the City Hall website says that legislation is in effect. And if it's in effect,
It's called...
she's fucked.
Sorry, give me the name one more time.
Yeah, Blaine County Business Protocols, Procedures, and Penalties legislation.
No, it was repealed by Mumbles.
Oh, was it? Why isn't that fucking anywhere in City Hall?
Because people are lazy. Oh no, it is. It's on it's called repeal of amendment to wait. I mean, technically, it's not an amendment to Blaine County Business Protocols and Penalties. Oh wait, no, this is he's repealing an amendment.
Right.
No, but then it says, to clarify, we should repeal the actual legislation and the amendment. And then why goes, the repeal of this legislation has passed the contest phase and it has now been removed from law.
Oh, I see what you're saying now. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been so beautiful.
Wait, wait.
Look at the Kyle. It should be the top one when you search the City Hall website, Nino. Entitled Repeal of Amendment 2. That's sad that was repealed. Did you read it?
Wait, you're talking about the one.
Opal?
You're talking about the one that Mumbles put in, right?
Yeah, I looked at the Mumbles one. I haven't actually found the actual legislation.
Sorry, yes, the Mumbles one.
Wait, but what does this mean? These aren't this isn't proper English. This doesn't make any sense. Okay, so tell me what I'm missing here. It says repeal of amendment, right? That means you're removing an amendment, not the legislation.
But then
Weiss
down.
asks, right? And he says,
are you clarifying? To clarify, are you repealing just the amendment or the whole legislation?
And he says, I want to repeal the actual legislation and the amendment. Okay. This is probably just like using words for the first time type shit. Okay.
Yeah. Which sucks because in the legislation, Opal, it said that Blaine County cannot approve any business applications if you had a felony or violent misdemeanor on your record.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it now.
That would have made me so fucking happy, but I wasn't clear, which is why it wasn't listed anywhere, like that specific thing, because that would have been the funniest shit ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Holy shit. Well, they still got wheel clamps. Yeah. All right. Interesting.
You know, like one of the big problems for her though is like, because I already know one of their arguments, because I know the fucking drama that surrounds them because of their texts. I can guarantee one of the arguments is, well, Nino does the same thing for more money. Yeah,
wait,
but there's legislation that says what Nino can and can't do.
Yeah, that is correct. I also
like that's
have
the difference.
10 times the budget. Actually, more than 10 times at this point.
And probably the brains too.
Yeah.
Right, and that's the other thing is, at a minimum, it's still fucking gross negligence. Even if every transaction you made somehow gets argued in court to be valid and legal, at the end of the day, doing 5 million in fucking event funding and 20 million in fucking property purchases while you continue to lose money is the literal definition of gross negligence.
Yep. Yeah. That is very true. Has someone taken the case and has it been scheduled yet?
Grayson took the criminal to this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's Arcadia, Grayson.
Oh. Yeah. Well, rip your case.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, there's always appeals. Okay. There is something I need to chat to you about, Opal. I know we got like very sidetracked. I leave it up to you. It's regarding Moonshine. I wanted to put it on your radar. It's not like highly pressing, but I got a phone call this morning from somebody who's like, hey, someone who's like blacked out was saying that Court Center is looking for Moonshine cooks. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who told you that? A little bit of background, right? The drug legislation, we want to create an atmosphere by which my dream was that you could distill moonshine in the north, and then you could legally, with permit, go over the border, and then you could sell it to established businesses down here, right? They'd have to record who they're selling to, at most 2 crates. They could keep like 40 crates, something along those lines. But the idea being that if you're doing illicitly, well, now you got border reasons, right? You got actual trafficking. You got, if people are doing things smart and selling it a certain way, right? That's a little bit meat to stuff. Shit never went through. Why? Because, we never had a really good partner up north that could see beyond just print me money plus. So what I did instead is to enable that. Court Center is the only location where you can legally cook moonshine as a business with a brewery license.
Is that true? Because I found a brewery a while ago on private property, wanted to stake it out, and then I reached out to Junior, who said that if someone has a distillery license, they can distill at their place of business.
So that I think they can do as well. So if you look up drugs in the legislation under licenses, authorized production, moonshine regulation, produce an inventory up to 100, operate up to 5 stills per facility, so they can have up to 5. Which, by the way, I'm not in favor of. I just didn't give a shit. But I don't like that just because there's already like weird shit that goes on. You know what I mean? Like you can't even know who owns what property. Blah blah blah. But the reason I bring this up, right, is, and I did ask the producers they're supposed to give me every month like a sales sheet, right? I have not received that.
From any of the permitted ones?
No, and I asked of it like 2 weeks ago. My concern is, and here's the thing, right? I'm going to give people rope, but if they're going to be lazy, then suck my dick. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to, just print you money for free. If you're lazy, you're abusing, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know who's fucking buying this shit. Where is it being sold? It may be something worth poking at. And you will find in the regulation, it's very strict, right? Produce and hold up to 100, operate up to 5 advanced stills. This is only legal in Los Santos County, right? And so there may be some serious trafficking taking place. And that is what I am suspecting. Otherwise, where the fuck am I? Where the fuck are the invoices?
So, since the passing of this legislation, since it being enacted into law, you have received 0 reports about the sales and shit.
Yeah. Yep.
And tomorrow,
I've been told
the
they
22nd.
exist.
I've seen 301s from oh, what's his face? Oh, I forget his name. But I've seen 301s, and I'm very aware of another distillery, Billy Strutt.
Yeah, Billy's got one, and as does what's her name? Jason. Jason says that everything is transacted or logged. I actually believe her on that, but you know, best to circle back so it's not like one person's getting looked at. But note that you'll notice Article 3, Section B, these facilities, sales and events are subject to periodic and random audits. So,
yeah.
And if they are not able to produce something like immediately, then they don't have it, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I'm taking note of everything that I sell when I sell it, then I would be able to provide that immediately, and if I can, I'm fabricating it.
Yep. And it is something that could probably be, I mean, here's if people are being lazy about it and it turns out that they're selling everything to like 2 people, that's an issue. So I'm kind of giving you guys a little bit of a, you know, you got runway. This is, you know, this is big, right? So, I am authorizing you, Opal Price, to be one of our inspectors.
Okay,
so,
that was gonna be my question.
Yeah.
I'll look at both of the distilleries that we have and probably try and get something going by tomorrow.
Yeah. If it turns out they're kosher, that's fine. Transparently, I'm sure a lot of this is going for illicit moonshine sales, sure. My problem is really like stop being lazy, right? Like there needs to be scrutiny on shit.
I'm sure, you know, maybe not most of it, maybe most of it, who knows? At least at the very least some of it, I'm sure goes to illegal moonshine runs. But with the fact that you are literally writing into law how to make it legal and how to at least make it appear legal, if people can't even do that, then they just deserve to get busted, to be honest.
Agreed. And I fully support if a facility is found to be doing that, the entire thing gets seized. You know, I don't buy into this because I've heard in some of these like, oh yeah, we're not seizing your shit. Don't like shoot us. Suck my dick, right? Plenty of people have plenty of properties and plenty of money and shit like that, right? If you're lazy, you get caught out. Boom, boom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, perfect. I'll I actually don't know where Billy's distillery is, but I'll figure that out.
Yep, easy. I don't even know who.
He's the only one I've seen through on.
Yeah, I think, yeah, awesome. And as far as I know, there are no liquor licenses.
All right, perfect.
All right, easy. All right, well, I'll see you guys at the meeting.
Have a good time.
See you in a little bit.